Alright. Here we go. Let's enter the temple, finally. Way into the Sleeper's temple. I managed to get into the Temple of the Sleeper. I don't have the slightest clue of what's expecting me there, but I'll find out. Before I progress, there is something that I would like to do first. When you enter the Temple of the Sleeper, certain things get unlocked in the game, and unfortunately this is a bit of an oversight by the developers, I think, but that's okay. I will explain everything momentarily. It's important because I've been saving skill points for something that is how should I put it? Special. As you know, I am currently a magician of water, right? And if you play this game and you choose a path of a mage, then there is an orc here that I skipped, or that ran away, I suppose. So once we enter the Temple of the Sleeper, we can exit the temple. And I know it seems strange. You know, we just entered. And we should, you know, progress in that direction, but trust me, it's important. When we enter the Temple of the Sleeper, if we chose the path of the mage and we learned the 5 circles of magic, we can do something unique. And this is what we can do.
Can you teach me?
I shall raise you into the 6th circle of magic. Notice that only the most powerful magicians may join the 6th circle. It's reserved to those whose life is a sign. Your sign is the unification of the elements. The 6th circle enables you to use the magic of any rune. And don't forget, do not claim the power, but serve it.
Boom. When we enter the Temple of the Sleeper, and if we are at the 5th circle of magic, and we have 40 skill points, we can go back to Zardes. He can teach us the 6th circle of magic, and we can become a necromancer. This is his armor. Robe of the Dark Arts. I think it's the best armor in the game, period. this is the crawler plate armor that we got from Wolf. And this is the robe of the dark arts that Zarbest wears.
Greetings.
I have found a way into the underground temple.
You have? That's remarkable. You have become very powerful, stronger than anybody else inside the barrier. Maybe you really are the man the Orcish prophecies told of.
Prophecies? What prophecies?
Ancient Orcish documents written shortly after the sealing of the underground temple mention a holy foe.
A holy foe?
Someone who shall come to drive the sleeper from our world forever.
I am supposed to be the one mentioned in the ancient prophecies? You must be wrong, surely.
Maybe, maybe not.
Alright, here we are. We are now a necromancer. Or my character is now a necromancer. And now I'm going to go back and enter the Sleeper's Temple. You don't have to do it, so you cannot get this robe of the dark arts. This lizard is stubborn. And actually, if you notice, right, the defense against fire is so high that lizards don't actually cause us damage, or in this case, it did not. Because our fire defense is high enough, and we can actually bring it up even more. But yeah, if you choose the path of the guard and not a mage, and you don't train in magic at all, if you go purely melee weapons and you just max out your strength, then this armor is inaccessible. But that doesn't mean that you can't go through the Temple of the Sleeper. It's perfectly fine. It's just my personal preference in what I want to do in terms of going through the temple. Whoops, the game crashed again. Alright. Now we're going through it. Here we go. Temple of the Sleeper. Just take a look at this. Right. The game was made in 2001. Look at this architecture. Like right off the bat. orcs holding up the columns. Showing the strength. Trying to summon the skeletons. Not so fast. There's a whole bunch of sealed doors that you have to open, and there are basically a bunch of puzzles. So if you look here, there is a statue of a demon, and there are 3 stones from left to right. They go orange, yellow, and purple. Oh, these got sealed. It's a trap. This button. Press that button. Come on. Torch. Alright, so there are 3 switches and 3 symbols, and we're going to do them in the right order. So we go red, yellow, and purple. And they actually zoom in on this in case you do it wrong for several times. past the first obstacle. Rip. Blood blade. Apparently, Bloodblade is a little worse than Revenge Steel or the Warrior's Voice. And also, apparently, the orcs held humans as slaves and treated them as trophies. Whoops. We got locked in. And in this chamber, I do not see any clues in terms of help with opening it up. Oh, it's a trap. We're starting to fight demons now. So center one was incorrect. Right one was also incorrect. Got him.
infidel in the house of the Master. Damned be you!
You be damned, you stinky moldy carpet!
8,000 experience. Blade of Light. This was the sword of the undead orc priest Varag Kasorg. The weapon has become useless in the course of time. Maybe the sword can be used in some other way. And he has a ball of lightning. Into the temple. Varag Kasorg. Alright. We have to kill this shaman in order to be able to open this door. And that blade of light is what is used in the trap. Alright. Got a bunch of skeletons. Yeah, this is the advantage of going the path of the mage. Is that you get to learn spells that are incredibly powerful. This is locked. Alright. Potion. weapon. This is smash. Really. It's a relatively big axe. But the warrior's voice that we found on Oakhill is still better. So there are two choices. Either this one, the black dot with the light road, or the light road with the black dot. And I'm not quite sure how to read that, but what I do know is that if you do the wrong one, it's bad. Alright. Columns have lowered and we can now go up them. But before we do,
Mortal! You dare to disturb my peace? Prepare for the end!
It remains to be seen whose end it's going to be, you worm-bitten meatloaf.
This is a sacrificial altar. If you go up on this altar, well, it's not going to be good for your health. There are some potions hanging in the air for whatever reason. Telekinesis. And in this case, I don't actually need to use telekinesis. I just popped the spell so I can have the focus on the potion. And I can pick it up. And that's a potion of strength. Very useful. Well, it's not very useful, not anymore. Alright, the second undead shaman has been defeated. Let's move on. And I love the architecture inside of this temple and all the little puzzles. They're relatively simple, and also I have solved them before, so it's not that challenging for me, but still, the first time you do this is mind-blowing. At least it was for me in 2003. here we see that there are some symbols regarding spikes and sarcophaguses, and there's also a symbol right here that shows the archers shooting at a symbol. Oh, there's a switch. Ooh, another shaman.
Mortal, your travels end here with me.
I'll send you traveling first, you moldy maggot's idea of paradise.
Got him. Not even a sweat. Chain lightning. Give me that. Alright. So on the wall, there is clearly a symbol that below are spikes. And we have to shoot. So that's the first one. Oh, there's only one. Alright. So... Oh. Here we go. Rage Steel. This is Rage Steel. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to show it later. Alright, so we press this sarcophagus, and the gates open. We kind of heard it. And there are some mummies here. Look at that. Elixir of Spirit. Bonus to maximum mana, 15. Elixir of Life. Bonus to maximum life, 15. Boom. Another Elixir of Spirit. Elixir of Dexterity. Bonus plus 8. Two torches. Magic healing. Elixir of Strength. And protection against fire. 5. Oh, we can clearly see that these mummies are special. So right now we have 27 mana. Let's pop that. Mana plus 15. Mana plus 15. Boom. 30 points. So that's basically 3 levels worth of skill points. $30 skill points. All of them in mana. Really, really strong power up. And I put on Revenge Steel just so that people can take a look at it. This is actually a good moment to mention that little tidbit that I ranted about a little earlier, that if in Gothic 1 they have put these types of swords around the colony a little bit more rather than right here, that would be better. But oh. Right, temple guard down. Here we go. I wish I got the chance to use some of those two-handers a little more often. But there's another point that I should make, is that I think the reason why a whole bunch of cool-looking two-handers were left out and we got a really strong two-hander to use earlier in the game, like that two-hander is on Okil, is that they were preparing for an expansion for Gothic 2, and that's why they have arranged for the weapons to be this way. Alright, so right here we can clearly see that there are holes in the floor and there is a whole bunch of blood on the walls, and there is a target to shoot. Boom. So if we walked into that room before we shot the target, we would have been dead. Yeah. And there's another target. Got it. Even though it might seem that I am complaining about the quality of Gothic 1 a little bit, although you can take it this way if you wish, but I'm simply looking for ways that this game could have been improved in terms of its quality. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. This game is phenomenal. It's wonderful, and everybody should try it. And everybody should journey through the world of Gothic. For whatever reason, it does not want to lower. Alright. Let's save the game. Let's go in the same order. Red. Yellow. And there is a teal one. Yep, the same kind of order, except instead of purple, there's a teal. And look at that. We have a Templar.
Get lost! You aren't wanted here!
And you are gonna stop me?
Yes, I will stop you! You won't prevent Master Callum from awakening the sleeper! Don't try to attack me! The High Priest has transferred part of his powers to Master Callum and us. Now we are immortal!
I'll show you how immortal you are.
Prepare to meet your creator!
Boba. So this is where Cor Kalom has gone. He went into the Temple of the Sleeper in order to worship him. Lore-wise, I do not know how it makes sense how Cor Kalom has passed all of the orcs.
You'll be very sorry for that.
And right here is another place where I'm using this mechanic of being able to get double the experience from the targets. First I knock out the Templar, and then I kill him with either bow or a spell, and in this case the bow, I don't think it would work. So the Templars are actually in cahoots with the orcs and other Templars.
You'll be very sorry for that.
No.
You'll be very sorry for that.
Oh. Oh, I didn't actually kill him.
You'll be very sorry for that.
There we go. Got him. This is certainly an advantage of learning magic in Gothic 1, is that in this area you basically blast. Oh. You basically blast through all the undead, because the death to the undead one-shots every single undead that you need, except for the shamans. Shamans that give you thousands of experience cannot be killed.
You'll be very sorry for that.
And that just knocks him out. I'll wait for him to get back up again. But yeah.
You'll be very sorry for that.
there is something to be said about, well, not some. I haven't finished talking about the placement of weapons inside of Gothic 1. I think that the reason why the weapons were placed the way they were placed is because the developers of Gothic 1 likely were getting ready for creating Gothic 2, or were already in the middle of creating Gothic 2, and they reused many assets from Gothic 1 for the continuation of the story.
You'll be very sorry for that.
Everybody tells me I'm gonna be sorry. I'm pretty sure I won't be.
You'll be very sorry for that.
Alright, now he's gonna get up.
You'll be very sorry for that.
Telekinesis. Oh, I can't actually pick up that sword. Alright, that's no problem. Okay. There is a potion here. Focus on the potion, but don't use the telekinesis. Unselect the skill and pick up the potion. Yes. Actually, now that I think about it, what is the range on telekinesis? Okay, so I have that there. Potion. Deselect. I think I can actually pick it up. Oh. Long distance mining. Cool. Pick it up. Hop. Troll fist. Pick it up. And pick it up. Pretty cool. Hop. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm doing here. Looks like there's nothing here. Nothing else. More dexterity. life, more mana, and more strength. Here's the Troll Fist. This is truly a spectacular weapon. I am at 99 strength, nearly capped. Fanatic Templar. I nearly fell into the lava. Man, this is so cool. Wow, there's a huge skeleton ahead. There is statue of a demon. And it's clear that if you turn the right one, the door will remain shut, and if you turn the left one, then the door will be opened and you'll get the Troll Fist. But the problem is that then the demons will appear. There. And you would see it from the switch being turned. Through our exploit abilities, we were able to already pick up the Troll Fist. Got him. Image of the Templar crawler. Man, the architecture in this place is wonderful. Every time I go through here, I admire it. Excuse me. Make sure we don't fall into the lava. right here instead of just, you know, a flat wall. There's a building in here. It looks. Okay, there's nothing. Let's see if we missed something. Nope. It looks like through usage of telekinesis, without telekinesis, we picked up everything through the gauge. Good.
You'll be very sorry for that.
All right. Right here is the bridge that leads even further into the temple. Deeper and deeper underground. Look at this. Isn't this incredible for a game made 18 years ago?
You must turn back here. Nobody may disturb the sleep of my master.
Wrong. Your sleeper will be wide awake soon.
Yeah, that's actually the guy. There's a graphical glitch where I could not see him. But this guy...
Damn, I'm not causing the slightest damage. I need another...
Now you will die.
I better get out of here fast.
Yeah, so this priest, he's invulnerable. And he's starting to cast a spell on us, which deals a bunch of damage. So we gotta run. And after we... Yeah, we gotta leg it. Okay. Let's, whoops. Yeah. Garashvarag Arushat apparently doesn't belong to the undead orc shamans. He's more powerful by far, and my weapon don't hurt him at all. I need a more powerful weapon. something else. Hop. Hop. High Temple Guard. Still though. Death to the undead allows us to breeze through the temple guards. This is a high temple guard. Let's fight him. Let's fight him without magic. High temple guards, they actually block your attacks very well. And you can't just hit them. They're gonna block you. And the funny thing is that this combat right here, the fight against high temple guards, the guards that are some of the toughest ones, this mechanic was imparted into Gothic 2 very heavily, where fighting against melee enemies became challenging. You had to actually time your attacks and make sure that you hit at the proper moment. In Gothic 2, the combat system got refined in many ways. Torch magic. Ring of Greater Invincibility. Let's put that on. Boom. So from Ring of Invincibility, we put on Ring of Greater Invincibility. And this right here, this is the best, I think, the best endgame setup that you can get. In terms of armor. Through your rings and amulets. So the amulet of Ore Skin plus the Ring of Greater Invincibility times 2. And then for the armor, the Robe of the Dark Arts. Minecrawler egg. There might be a queen somewhere here nearby. And now we picked up the Barbarian's Fist. This is the weapon that Gorn is wearing, and I think stylistically this is the coolest one. With this armor, we got a black armor, Robe of the Dark Arts, and pure white axe. However, there's an argument to be made for the fact that no one else has Troll Fist, only us. Alright. And by us, I of course mean you and I, Twitch chat, and YouTube viewers. Protection against fire and magic, and a bunch of ore. Some skeletons. Let's read the diary. A very withered page. Journal. An old, tattered book. There are pages missing. Day 23. I've lost all sense of time. I suppose it must have been about 23 days ago that the orcs caught us and forced us to work. The work is hard, and the bastards know no mercy. If you're weak, you're dead. I won't out of here. I don't care how. Day 28. We had to prolong the tunnels even further into the mountain. The front area is already massive. If I only knew what we're doing this for. Day 67. I've heard that these orc priests have no hearts. But if that's true, how come they're still alive? Also, I've seen the sword that priests are so afraid of. If only I had it, I'd smack it straight into their bodies. Day 78. The sword is lying in the room in front part of the temple, but it's guarded by a priest. I'm going to flee. I'll leave my diary here. Maybe one day it'll be useful to somebody. Whoops. Yes, thank you very much. It is useful. It is useful to me indeed. Let's go and find that mega weapon. Those are not actually priests, those are shamans, but, you know, details. The hero's blade. bring it into the light. This is the hero's blade, which is incidentally the weapon that Korengar is wearing, only it has a lot more damage. Alright, we're progressing further and further. Very good. Demons are not a problem for us. They basically became weaker than scavengers at the start of the game. Right, we've turned all of the switches. And the bridge into the room surrounded by lava has extended. Alright, let's go. Let's go and get that awesome mega sword. Oh man, what a location. Right, every room has so much detail in it, in the temple. I think that the Temple of the Sleeper is a phenomenal place. And I'm saying this always keeping in mind the fact that this was made a while back. You know, games today have worlds that are just massive. Here's the sword.
Your long travel will be over. Your mortal body will burn.
Now I don't really think that's such a good idea.
The games that are made today, as I was saying, have worlds that are massive. And it's easy to criticize a game like this, which was made so long ago, and start comparing it to something that was made, you know, 5 years ago, 6 years ago maybe, and has just a bigger world. But you gotta understand that the amount of technology and the quality of technology that was available back then was much, or it was, well, less advanced in many ways. And because of that, people could not build the worlds more efficiently. Alright, so going through there is definitely a mistake. Okay. We got the sword. And the sword is this strange sword. A wonderfully made sword. Ancient runes have been engraved into the blade. Maybe Zardas can decipher the runes. I'd better not use it before he's identified it. Well, that's what the character thinks. I would want to put it on. Excuse me. Alright. We have gotten the sword. now, we're going to go to Zardes, see what the sword is, and then we will face the final shaman. Unfortunately, the game quacked, so I gotta restart it. Whoopsie daisies. That would be unfortunate. Oh man, I just ran through all those spikes and lost a bunch of life. It's okay, I got potions. Apparently, after we angered the fifth and the most powerful of the priests, more guards have appeared. That's good. More experience for me. Left and right. The temple is teeming with high temple guards and skeletons now. Such a cool little twist. And quietly wreck them. Oh. So that's what happens if you let the skeleton mage cast the spell. Okay, we made it out. Nearly made it out. Okay. We are out of the Temple of the Sleeper. Almost. Hopefully the game will load properly and not crash this time around. Come on. And yes, we are out. Okay. So let's take a look at the results of being in the temple. Now we have, instead of 27 mana, we have 72 mana, which is 45 more than we had at the start. When we entered. Is it 45? Yeah, 45. Which is 4.5 levels worth of skill points. We have 36 points of dexterity, which is a level and a half worth of skill points. We have over 519 life. I don't quite remember how much life we had when we came in, but we took a bunch of life potions, and we are over 100 strength, which is over the skill cap. You cannot learn to be any stronger from any teacher, and we are level 32. Necromancer. I don't know if we can teleport to Zardas. I will try. If I cannot, then I'm gonna have to reload the game. But I'm willing to take that risk. And I should not have taken that risk. Gothic, my task manager says that Gothic is not responding. Alright. Let's relaunch. Here we go. Instead of healing, let's put on Chain Lightning. Maybe I'll showcase the Chain Lightning spell. Alright. Here we go. Let's run to Zardas and discuss what we have found. Typically, in the normal playthrough, I shouldn't say normal, in the playthrough that does not rely on extra information that I have provided to those of you who have watched this, like if you go into the temple wearing the Minecrawler plate armor. And without being a necromancer, what was I gonna say? Oh yes. Actually, I lost my train of thought. Okay, we're close enough to the tower. We should be able to teleport. Successfully teleported. Alright. If you go into the temple with the Minecrawler plates on, you shouldn't have any more trouble. You know, it shouldn't feel any different, really. But yeah. I would like to thank everybody who have subscribed to my channel so far, who have liked my videos and supported me. Thank you to all my Twitch followers and YouTube subscribers. It's wonderful to know that I've entertained at least a few people. Alright, Zardes, my man.
Greetings.
Now he's actually greeting you instead of silently turning. He actually says greetings, because you are at his rank.
I found this strange sword.
Show it to me. That's interesting. It has Eurythiel written on it. I've heard of this sword. It's a weapon from the olden days, when the human race was still young. The weapon was forged from an unknown material, and there's nothing written about who created it. This blade was said to possess unbelievable powers, but I don't notice any magical aura.
Eurythiel possessed unbelievable powers?
It was written that the owner of the weapon was able to pierce the strongest armor, and to overcome even the most powerful of protection spells.
How could the orcs get this powerful weapon into their hands?
It's claimed that the orcs took it from a powerful warlord. They didn't know how to use it, but they did hide it.
But they didn't hide it well enough. Is it possible to restore the former powers of the weapon?
You'd need a very strong magical source of power for that purpose.
You mean strong enough to detonate the magic barrier with?
About that strong. Besides, you'll need a very special magic formula in order to transfer the power. Give me some time, and I'll create the magic formula.
Meanwhile, I'll be hunting around for better armor. The undead have made massive dents in my armor.
You should go to my old tower.
Your old tower?
It sank below one of the eastern lakes during one of the earthquakes. The spires are still visible above the surface. There are still some artifacts inside it. I never made any effort to salvage them.
How do I get there?
I haven't been there since the earthquake, which means you'll have to find a way to enter it yourself. But take this key. It opens a chest in which I used to store some particularly rare artifacts.
I'm seeking magic knowledge.
All right. Magic knowledge. All right. So, one custodian's blade that we took off of the Templars while we were there is about 1,000 ore, which is a lot. I think we might be able to buy off Zardes just about everything. And Zardes can also sell us a Rain of Fire, which I have never casted yet. So even if you are not a mage, but you would like to take a look at the spells, you can buy the scrolls and try them out and see if you like them. Okay, 44 30,000 ore. I wonder if we have enough. Probably not. Bone Breaker. That's the weapon that what's his face? Jackal was wearing. Oh yeah. Teeth of the Swamp Shark. We got 35 of them. 14,000 ore. Yeah, we got filthy rich. Let's give him all the wings and let's give him all the weed too. Everything we don't need. Just give it to Zardes. Torches, pure alcohol. 3,000 ore. Minecrawler blades, eggs. What else can we give him? I'll keep that talisman. Give him all of the rings that are worse than what we are already wearing. Ring of Strength. Keep it. Okay. I'll keep the rune. Ice Bolt. We do not need the scrolls because we can use the runes. And I can probably give him all the armors. Yeah, even after selling everything, I don't have enough to buy all the scrolls off of Zardes. Summon Golem is bloody expensive. Army of Darkness, 666 ore. Ha ha ha. So, before selling all of this, I'll just show off for to the viewers the weapons that we found. We found Berserker, Barbarian's Fist in the temple. Warrior's Voice is the weapon we got off of Aukil. Revenge Steel is the weapon that is located in the Orc town. That you can get probably even in chapter 1, maybe in chapter 2, but yeah, I think in chapter 2 you can get the transformation scrolls and fly into the Orc town and pick it up. Eurytiel is the sword that we just found, and as you can see, required strength is 30, but it does 90 damage. I think pound for pound it's the best weapon in the game, two-hander. Rage Steel, also found it in a temple. Blood Blade, found it in a temple. Hero's Blade, found it in a temple. Let's just sell just about everything that we can. I'll keep the armors. And we have 20 spells of Summon Skeleton. And we still only have 37,000 worth of ore. healing potions. Okay. I sold all the healing potions. All right. So we managed to scrape enough to buy all of the spells off of Zardes. And there's a reason why I'm doing all this, and I'll explain it a little later. Okay, accept. Alright, so if you notice, we oh yeah, this is the Troll Fist, which is a weapon we found in a temple as well. Okay. Alright. So what are we at now? We are level 32 Necromancer. We have 60 skill points that are unspent, but our strength is capped. Dexterity is... it's not actually that important, but we now can master two-handed combat because we have maxed out the our magic. It's the highest circle, so we will not need any more skill points for magic. Our mana is pretty good, and we can actually invest 60 skill points into training two-handed weapons, and then bows and crossbows, and maybe even acrobatics. I don't know. So for now, once again, I would like to thank all the viewers that have been with me throughout this playthrough. I'm going to go and do some unsavory things in a little bit in-game, because, well, we gotta have a bit of fun, right? Don't we? I will show the viewers a few loopholes in Gothic 1 that I have not shown before. Currently, I think I have not used any of them that I've got, that I'm about to use, right? In terms of gaining experience and other things like this. Okay. So yeah, this is our character sheet. 125 damage protection against weapons, 55 against arrows, 80 against fire, and 44 against magic. And we are now the strongest character, the strongest well, if you're talking human in the game. But this is not the cap. This is far from being capped. Alright. Thank you once again to all the followers on Twitch, to all the subscribers on YouTube. Thank you for helping out with the channel. And I'll see you in the next video. And the next video is going to be mostly having fun and enjoying the fact that we are a powerhouse. And after we have some fun, so to speak, we are going to restore Eurythiel. And after we restore Eurythiel, we're going to go and kill the final shaman and see what lies at the heart of the Temple of the Sleeper. And meet Korkalom. Take care, everyone, and have a good day. I'll see you soon.